Okay, the next item on our list is additional options for making changes to a set of electronic portfolios. The main thing I want to talk about is updating available for groups. Remember, we discussed in electronic resources for network. You can define that these resources are available for a certain subgroup within the network. And these are called available for groups. And now it's possible to run an automatic batch job on a set of electronic portfolios to add available for groups automatically en masse. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to go to Alma with a network zone. Okay, so first let's see that we have a set here. Here we go, manage sets. Okay, great. Okay, so I already have a set here, a demo set, which has 2 portfolios associated with it. And let's just, for the fun of it, edit group settings. We see here that there are no records found. Okay, this portfolio doesn't have any available for group associated with it. Basically, it's available for the entire institution. And let's go back, and we'll take a look here at this second one, see if it has any groups associated with it. Group settings, no records were found. Okay, so we have 2 electronic portfolios that are not available to any group. And we want them to be available to, let's say, Group A, which is one of the groups in my institution. And rather than editing them one by one, I'd like to run this in an automated job. So, how do we do that? Alma. Under Administration, Manage Jobs, I go to Run a Job. And we want a job called Change Electronic Portfolio Information. I'm going to select that. Now we want to run this on a set of electronic portfolios, and the set we just looked at, which is called the demo set. Next. And here, under the job creation wizard in enter task parameters, we have 2 new options. One is remove available for groups, and one is add available for groups. And in this case, we want to add a group. And after that, for the fun, we can also run it again and delete the groups we've added. So add available for groups, and I can add several groups by selecting, holding Control and selecting groups. Let's say we want this to be available for A, B, and D. These are groups of institutions within the network. And we're going to run this job next, as soon as possible. Submit. Okay, so our job is now initializing. Let's refresh. Should be a quick job. Okay, great. Done. Now let's go back to our set and see if the electronic portfolios have groups added to them. So, once again, resource management. Manage sets. Members of the set, the demo set. Let's take a look at this first one here. Group settings. And lo and behold, the groups that we've configured, groups A, B, and D, have now been added to this portfolio, and now the content is available to them. Now let's, for the fun of it, run the deletion job on, let's say, group D and see what happens. So, once again, we go to Manage Jobs, Run a Job. And this job is called Change Electronic Portfolio Information. And this time we'll select deletion rather than addition of groups. The demo set, same set. Okay, now we want to remove available for groups. So I select remove available for, and I believe we wanted to remove group D, so let's do that. And while we're here, just before I run the job, it's worth noting that there are other new options here. Set activation date, expected activation date, override authentication node, which also allow you can run all of these actions through this batch job of changing electronic resources. Okay, great. So now we have a job that's going to remove group D. Next, as soon as possible, and submit. Let's refresh, and the job has been run. Probably see it over here. Great. Let's go back to the set. Demo set, members, edit, group settings, and group D has been removed. We're left with groups A and B. And we've seen, obviously, how we can run this sort of job on any set of electronic portfolios, and this obviously allows you to run it on a huge set as well, and rather than doing them one by one. So that was the batch update of available for groups on electronic portfolios.